Welcome back. So this one and the next couple are just going to be really short lectures, just making sure you have all the tools I think you need here that most people need. Obviously, it's extensive when you go into all of these stickers, effects, transitions. There's loads more that I haven't shown you. I've shown you everything, but I mean, you can go through and look at every single effect transition, but I want to make sure you have all the tools needed. So another thing that you may come across that isn't in this edit is how to stabilize shaky footage. If I grab an example, I know, let's grab this shot right here because there isn't one. Let's show this. Now, if that's a nice fluid shot already, it's obviously done with a gimbal. But if it wasn't, if it was a shaky footage, perhaps it's you walking around holding your camera and it wasn't that fluid, or you were doing a panning shot and it wasn't really as fluid as you wanted to, you can click on here, make sure it's selected under basic, scroll down and keep going and click stabilize. Now, it's already processing it. I would always stick to recommended. If you do it and you click recommended and it's not stabilized enough, then of course you can go to most stable or do minimum. But what it's going to do and how it works is it ever so slightly crops in your shot, and then make sure it doesn't shake around by counterbalancing any movement that it has. So it will zoom your shot in ever so slightly, not loads. See that moved in just ever so slightly there? Keeps the same size frame, which I need to make this slightly bigger to fit my frame. But you saw it zoomed in slightly. It's because if there was slight movement, like it jerked up and down, it would zoom in slightly and counter that so there was no movement. That's how it works. So if I now play this, like it was fluid before, but that's even more silky fluid now. So that's how you do it. I would, and if you want to, we might as well do it while we're here. Click most stable. Now it's processed it. You don't have to do it again. Minimum. See how much it goes in when I do maximum, and it's super fluid. That's how you stabilize shaky footage. There are other things you can do here, like image enhancement, relight it with the Pro. We've already talked about noise reduction and things. That's how you do that. I guess while I'm here, we could talk about some other things like cutout. This is chroma key if you were doing green screen. So if I've whacked this in here, you won't have access to it. You don't need it. This is for, like, here's a subscribe button. Obviously, we already know from stickers that CapCut already has a lot of this. But if you needed some kind of green screen for something, perhaps not a subscribe button, perhaps it's something completely different. Perhaps there's a tiger, like you can get green screen a tiger and you want to add something else. Chroma key, click this, click that. I'm going to choose get rid of everything green. How strong do I want this? Yep, let's move it up, and it gets rid of everything. So now if this shot was on top of here and I put it here, it's got rid of everything that's green and just has that. That's chroma key. You don't really need it for a lot of CapCut stuff, but if you are using green screen and doing this edit, that's how you use it. It's super easy and simple. But I'll get rid of this. You won't have access to this footage. If you want to, you can just go onto YouTube and download green screen, or if you're using Motion Array or any other Storyblocks or any other paid for platform that has green screen, you can download those. Now, the only other things on here I can think, if you have a human figure on here, let's click on this. Let's go down to auto cutout. Let's let that process. And for human figures, it should be able to work out exactly where to cut that out. So if you wanted to put something else behind you, you could. Let me just wait for that to process and I'll show you. So now it's cut me out. I can tell it if I want to do something. I want to put a white background, a blue, a line, a stroke around me, or whatever it is that I want to do. Change the color and the opacity of that. You probably won't want to use that. I mean, you might do. You might be doing some cool collage effect where you've got stuff in the background. Because if I wanted to now, I could obviously put something else behind me if I wanted to put that underneath. Let's just see that real quick. I could put me, for example, over the top of that if you wanted to, if it suits your needs, but I don't really want it. Let's undo all of this. It's fine as it is. Masking is exactly what you think it is. It's masking out a shape on here. Here's mirror, horizontal, and I can change obviously how much of this, etc. A star, all this stuff, and enhance. Let me take away the mask, none. Enhance face, you can do. This is what people love. People love to do this. So it's registered my face. I can smooth this out just like you can with a filter. like Snapchat or whatever, and I can slightly brighten my face. Now I've got really smooth skin. I've made myself look beautiful, and if you see my teeth, I can whiten it at any time. I can get rid of the smile lines, dark circles, even change my skin tone ever so slightly. Look at that. I've just enhanced my whole face and made myself 10 years younger. Some extra tools here I wanted to just show you. You will want some and not want some. We've already spoke about this. I won't do a whole nother lecture on it. If you want to speed things up, once again, it's in here. And then with movement, we've done already. I want to encourage you, before you go on to, we go to export it, is to add even more movement to your video if you can. So we did the zooming in, zooming out, slow pan, whatever it is that you try to do. Go ahead and add even more. The more movement you have, like if this one now slowly zoomed in, then jumped, the more you have, the more professional your edit looks. And you pretty much have every tool now that you'll need to use. So there's not much else left to do except to export our video.